Oh, we're looking.
Good evening, and welcome to the Heikadelic Show. We would like to take this moment to let you know that viewer and listener discretion is strongly advised. So sit back, have yourself a nice cool drink or hot drink, and enjoy the show. And welcome once again to the Heikadelic Show.
Holy crap!
Man.
We have a fool in the house tonight. What's going on?
Hey, why you calling me a fool?
Well, it's just the silly smirk on your face. Nice hat, Ringo. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Oh my God.
So how's everybody?
I got resin on my lips for my bong.
And listeners out there, welcome back to another episode of the Heikadelic Show. Every Monday night at 9:30 when we get dirty. Cheers!
Let's get it out. Ooh. There you go. Not messing about tonight. Straight in.
George, you're the best.
Oh,
Cheers.
Oh, you got a nice cider happening there, eh?
yeah,
Woo!
it's gonna clean the pipes out tonight.
Yeah. It's orchard berry.
More ways than one.
Fruity fruit flavor.
Yeah.
Do we have any listeners on yet? Who's number one? Who?
Have listeners? What are you talking about?
Oh,
Nobody
I
listens.
thought it was on a different show where we actually had fans and listeners.
Oh,
No.
no, I don't have those.
Okay,
So, how's it going?
Good.
pretty good.
Happy
Yep.
Thanksgiving.
Oh, it's
Same
that
to
time
you,
of year.
guys.
I forgot about that. Cheers.
Yeah,
Woo. We'll do
you
that
did.
again.
You forgot.
La, la, la.
Yeah, there's people on, but Derek, are
Oh.
you seeing any comments?
I'm not seeing any comments. No.
No. Wow. We get
I'll name
Well-
that tune in one.
Yeah.
It's up to us then.
Maybe just nobody wants to comment to you.
I don't know. They're shy.
Everybody's still so full of turkey they can't talk.
Yep.
Exactly.
They've got the tryptophan coma going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Tryptophan coma.
but folks, if you brine your turkey, you will not have that problem.
Oh, really?
That's
So
right.
did
We
you-
get a fresh turkey every year, never, ever, ever frozen.
Oh,
It's fresh,
Yep.
and we brine it for 24 hours.
All
And-
right, Richard. Hey, how's
You
it
don't
going?
get that. All right, Richard.
First on.
Oh,
Yeah, look
and
at that.
Deborah. Oh,
Whoa.
And Deborah,
Whoa.
a close second.
yeah.
Oh, excuse me. That was me.
So, did you
Oh.
guys have turkey or some simulated turkey product?
Turkey.
Never simulated turkey product. Real fresh turkey.
Oh, hello, Abby.
Mm.
You,
Hey. Like I had turkey.
Yes.
We actually did it. We cheated this year. We went out and had turkey at McGuire's.
yeah.
Oh,
Um,
and how was that?
It was awesome. It was really good.
Yeah.
My daughter and her boyfriend were at his parents' place, and they had a house full. So I thought, yeah, I'm just gonna pass on that. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Um,
Awesome.
We did
Awesome.
the with the Outlaws on the Saturday. We went out to. They just wanted to go to Swiss Chalet,
Yeah.
and we had the turkey dinner or chicken Thanksgiving dinner there.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was so fucking bad.
It was bad.
I don't think I'm gonna go back to Swiss Chalet again. It's slowly getting worse and worse and worse, and it was tasteless, and everybody felt really bad after. So
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so good.
I don't know if it's
See,
just the actual one that we went to, but
I go
Ah,
to
that
the
was-
Harvey's portion of that because that's like one of the few places I can get poutine because
Oh, yeah?
they have they have plant-based gravy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I go in there and get poutine. But yeah, the chicken, man, I haven't ate that for years, and it was shit back then.
Yep. Yeah.
My
Yeah,
sister
it's
worked there,
shit
so I got
as
to it
hell.
real quick.
Yep.
Although I will say, I still to this day that dipping sauce, best thing to dunk your fries in.
Well, fun
Yeah.
fact. I was in
Fun
a bike
fact?
club. Yeah, I was in a bike club, and the bike president and his wife, who they ran the club. Anyway, so KC was her biker name handle, and her and
Yeah.
I would actually order extra of those sauces, and we would do
Yep.
a cheers and down the sauce.
Yep.
Which is kind of gross, but I didn't find
It
gross.
is, but I used to do that years ago too. We used to drink that stuff.
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah.
It still is, right? So check out my witch hoodie.
I just want to say
shirt.
thank you to Tamara. My witch hoodie.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's from a place called Abundance, which is on Highway 2, and I'll say Hickory is probably the closest. So that would be the Schwiggity on the
Schwiggity, schwiggy,
west
schwiggy.
side. Yeah, west side of
Yep.
Schwab.
So what is it?
It's a shop that sells like witch stuff and
Okay.
like
Yep.
crystals and all kinds of stuff. So
Yeah, we stepped into one of those up close to just south of North Bay.
yep.
We just happened to see the sign and looked and thought, let's check it out. It was very cool.
Well, that would be, I'm sure, stuff like Alyssa there that we had on
Yeah.
the Mystic.
Yeah, they have
Stuff
all the
like that,
cards
they-
and
Yeah.
everything, the incense, and all that.
She's got a
And
tiny
that-
little shop.
Yeah. And that guy is actually, for Ontario, I think he's the largest distributor of the cards. He has got racks and racks and racks of these cards.
Yeah,
Right.
Very cool.
I
Yeah.
like racks.
Racks of cards or just racks?
Just racks.
Now. We're
Yeah.
talking about Thanksgiving witches. Don't spoil the moment.
I'm thanks if they're given.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's a bit of a tie there because the fall is a big solstice thing celebration for
Yep.
witches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah,
Why do you think it's fall?
What's that?
Huh?
Is that just because? Why do you think it's fall is the big season?
It's not the biggest.
Don't know.
It's not the
It's
biggest.
not
Well, no, it's
not
the
the biggest.
No, it's
Second biggest.
a harvest, right? So kind of, and there's other things that come along with that, but that's for another show.
Well, to do with Halloween and 31st of October, but it's actually May the 1st is the big one.
Yeah.
May the 1st.
Yeah, it's 6
May
months
the
after.
31st.
Yeah.
31st.
31st.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Walpurgis Nacht, as it's called.
Yes.
Yeah.
Halfway to.
So
Big one.
George is a witch.
I am.
Are you
no,
really?
is that-
And
Is it?
I've been rumbled. Yeah.
Are you
Well, that's why he looks so good tonight, because it's a full moon tonight.
I mean, is it a full moon tonight?
It sure looks like it. It's a big, bright
I thought
circle.
I think it was last night. It
Okay.
was like
Uh-huh.
in between or yesterday or whatever. But yeah,
Okay.
it's damn close to it, and it's beautiful out tonight.
Yeah, it looks great.
Well,
That's why I'm outside, folks. I'm outside.
We could see
Speaking of
the
full
glow.
moon, we started watching a series
thought you
called "The Wolf in Me."
Really?
And I think that's what it's called. But yeah, it's just getting into like I don't know, third or fourth episode. It's pretty neat.
Okay,
yeah.
The Wolf in Me. I haven't heard of that one yet. Hi,
Well,
Kathy.
speaking of
The new Netflix.
getting into you in the backside, maybe we should talk to George about his backside.
Yeah, let's do it.
I thought
wait a
that's where
minute,
you were
wait,
going
wait.
with that when you
Oh.
were, talking about, well, but
No, you're
Yeah,
talking about,
but
you were
talking to
about,
butts.
talking
Yeah,
about orifices
but-
there. It's a difference to the backside.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, folks, it's time for George's backside, my favorite part of the show. So sit back and have a look at his backside. And you can catch George out in the clubs, DJing, that's right, flipping those discs, and whatever else he does. But hey, right now, I just want you to focus on his backside and come up with some answers.
All right.
Oh, so Kathy's saying that abundance is in Whitby, not Oshawa. She's correct. Ding, 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 ding.
There you go. All right, here we go.
Oh,
Hang on.
We got to put you up on the
You see it?
feature wall here.
Oh, yeah. Make it a bit bigger that I can see the reflection. And
No, not me.
oh.
Oh. Oh my God.
Oh, there
There
you
we go.
There you go. Oh, hang on. It's upside down.
oh,
Wow, you can actually figure that out.
That should help now.
All right. That's just kind of a weird one.
Water art.
Looks like just someone spilt the paint.
It does, doesn't it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Coffee
Okay.
stain and confetti.
No clue there, George.
All right. Well, you have to.
Okay,
Even though
so
you do have it's sideways right now.
You have to use your powers of deduction.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So so this is 80s, correct?
Yes, it is.
It's
I'm
Wham.
just going by the pastels.
Wham.
Okay. All right.
Wham. There you go.
Oh,
Somebody
first
just
guess
said
is
wham.
for Wham. Let's see, kids.
Well, nice try, Ringo.
Yeah.
Wham.
Okay, so
Let's
it's
just go with
80s.
the-
Is this an artist or a group?
It's a solo album.
A solo
No.
album. So somebody who was an artist. Is it Peter Gabriel?
Is it Peter Gabriel?
I don't. It just screams Peter Gabriel. I don't know why.
It's Prince for sure.
We got well, Kathy. Sorry. Go ahead, Ringo.
It's
Oh,
a
sorry,
solo
man.
album, but he's still in the band.
It's a solo album, but he's still in the band.
Yeah.
Is he alive or dead?
Absolutely alive. Yes.
Absolutely alive.
UK, Kathy. It's UK.
Okay.
It is
Wow.
He's in a band. This is a solo artist. Is he more popular or more famous solo than he is in the band?
Well, he's better known for the band he's in, but yeah.
He's better known for the band, of course.
Uh-huh.
Great.
Phil Collins. No.
Phil Collins.
Yeah, I was gonna say he would be.
Oh, UK. Sorry. Yeah.
Phil Collins is UK.
Yeah.
Is he really? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Genesis.
Well, wild guess on my part, I guess.
Oh,
Well, there's a guess.
Peter Gabriel.
You said that one. We've
No,
had
that's
Peter
yeah, Kathy. So no, Buzz.
Okay, so this person is still touring today.
He's still touring today, yes, with the band.
He is still touring today.
With
and
the band.
His band are they from the 80s or are they like 60s, 70s?
60s.
60s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going back to the 60s. His band.
So they've been around a long time.
It's not like Wings, is it?
Is it Wings?
Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney, of course. No.
Well, I am lost on that one. Oh, Rod Stewart, of course.
Rod Stewart's
Good guess, though. He's been going since
Come on,
the 60s.
fans.
Since Rod.
Come on, fans. I
Nothing
want to see some
Paul
names up
like,
there.
is it Eric Clapton?
Is it Eric Clapton?
Wow.
I think we said Paul McCartney, right?
We
Yeah.
said Paul
Yes, we
McCartney.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can buzz him again if you want. They're still touring today.
Still storing.
And they're from the
It's not-
60s.
And Phil Collins isn't touring anymore because he finished.
Yeah, he just
Is it
finished.
Elton
didn't he?
John? No, wait, because no.
Well, I already
in a band. No, that wasn't a guess. That was me thinking out loud.
Oh,
Holy
sorry.
shit, George, you're hot on the
Yeah.
button today. He's just ready.
I'm not messing about. It was too easy last week, wasn't
Now,
it?
Yeah.
wait a second. Is it rock or is it pop?
Rock.
It is rock.
Hey, Junior.
And they are rock by themselves.
Hey,
They're
happy
rock as
Thanksgiving,
well.
Junior.
They're a rock band, yeah.
Come on, Junior, guess this one, will you?
They are a rock
UK band. It's a solo album from the 80s, but the band is from the 60s.
Tom
Still
Cochrane?
touring today.
Tom Cochrane is not from the UK.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
My bad. Oh, I'm just throwing out stuff now.
I know you are. I'm surprised you
Who
haven't
was
got
the Who was the last?
Wait.
Who was the last one that was on before Richard?
Blood Rock Sausage.
Blood Rock Sausage.
Yeah.
Go back one person before Richard. Who was that?
Sandra.
Did she? Oh, she just said
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. All right. Happy Thanksgiving.
Jeff from
Huh.
ELO.
Jeff Lynne from ELO. It's not a bad guess.
Oh.
What about Roger Waters?
Roger Waters from Pink Floyd. That's a pretty good guess.
Is it that type of?
Yeah.
That, yeah.
There's not many left. There's not many left.
Is it Queen?
Is it Queen? Well, who would it be if it was a solo album from Queen?
I don't know.
And we established that whoever it is still alive.
Yeah, they're still touring. So
he's gone. So it's not Freddie.
It's not Rod Stewart. We've had that one.
But I was.
Yeah, I dropped that one earlier, Sandra.
Who's the guitar? Robert May or whatever?
I bet you Kathy's saying Robert Plant.
Robert Plant.
That's a good guess.
No,
actually.
he's not touring no more.
He is, isn't he?
I
think so.
Casino tours.
But it's somebody of that vintage, right?
Yes, sir. It is.
So is it like a Rolling Stone?
Is it a Rolling Stone? No.
Is it a Beatle?
Is it a Beatle?
George Harrison? or Ringo, yeah, the drummer. Is that who's still left?
Wow, lots of buzzing going on tonight.
Come on, it's so warm. It's just there. Come on.
Keith Richards.
Oh. Who's left? Come on.
There isn't anybody else left. Well, there has to be one
there
person
is.
left.
Oh, yes,
Iggy
there
Pop.
Is. Iggy Pop.
No,
it's got to be the Who.
Harrison.
George Harrison.
Oh yeah, the Who. Yeah, because you just went to the Who. Is it
Yes.
Peter Townsend?
Is it Peter Townsend?
Yes.
So we both get a point, Derek, because I said the Who, but I forgot his name. So you got it for me.
All right.
Nice.
Okay. Wow. Oh, Jeff Beck. Let me buzz that.
Sorry.
One. No. Yeah. Junior. Oh, it's Junior. Let's buzz Junior. Here we go. There you go.
Peter
Get that one for free, Junior.
The grumpy old bastard's still touring, is he?
Oh, he's a grumpy old bastard. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
He's one of those guys that you see the outtake reels and he's just calling people names and throwing shit around.
Didn't he get involved with some kind of sketchy business a while ago?
Yeah. Apparently he was doing a research on it for something or other.
Oh, yeah. Trying to.
And then he used his credit card for something, and that was it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but he said it was all about research. But it's funny, actually, because I don't know if whether they're on. I mean, I've seen him many times down the years, and he's a grumpy old get, you know what I mean? But I don't know why people go and see him really. But like, he kept going on about the age thing, right? You know, but he did a great line where he goes like, yeah, you know, he kept going on about what it's like to get old, you know, between numbers and that, and you know, forget this.
Right.
He goes, okay, anyway, and he's like, what are we doing next? Hang on, yeah. Oh yeah, I remember what we're doing next. Yeah, we're doing Magic Bus. And they start Won't Get Fooled Again. I thought that was pretty cool.
That's got a lot of innuendos there.
Yeah.
So you just saw them, right?
Yeah, last weekend, yeah.
Yeah. So do they still got it? Like they still sound decent?
Yeah, because you've got a full-blown orchestra and brass sections, and it's not like, you know what I mean? It's not
How
the Who.
gratuitous can you be?
It's like the Who orchestra, but I mean it's a good show, but it's not really the Who for me.
No. Okay.
No.
But,
that's cool though. Like, hey, gotta make.
Well, I guess they still need money for their bad habits.
Well, I think
that too.
I think he's all right for money, but I think the thing was when he originally, I mean, his baby is really Quadrophenia more than Tommy. And I think that, like, when he wrote it, it was a disaster when they took it on tour. I saw that tour and they stopped doing it in 73, 74.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they just couldn't, they couldn't play it on stage because it was so complicated, right? So down the years, he's got bigger and bigger when he does Quadrophenia. And that's, so now he can actually, what he heard in his head, he can do now, right? So I think that's why he does it. So he does. That's why he brings the orchestra. And for Tommy, it works for Tommy too. So, yeah, but I mean, they're getting up there. They're almost 80, but they're up there for a couple of hours, you know. It's like crazy. Yeah.
They're also not jumping around like they used to. Right?
Oh, nothing, nowhere near.
No blowing up drums and stuff.
No.
Nah, none of that nonsense.
Well, that's that was his mother's brother's show, I think, in '67, and he actually, Keith Moon actually used dynamite to blow that. It was supposed to be something else, but someone gave him dynamite, and he burnt Townsend's hair from the back, burnt the hair back of his head, and
I guess so.
Everyone had ringing in their ears. I think they still do from that.
Yeah, like, apparently he lost hearing in his ear.
Yeah.
Hearing.
Yeah. Because he kept going on about his hearing aid. So.
Well, I guess they're not going to use that guy for pyrotechnics anymore.
No, I don't think so. That was crazy. Wow.
Yeah. No.
So, hey, if you're a band out there and you want to get your stuff played on the Heikadelic Show, reach out to us. You know how. But, we can play a track. Maybe get you on the show some night if you're that good. But doesn't matter, actually, if your stuff's not that good, but you're funny. We'll take you. But, yeah, let's get it going, all right? Because we're putting this opportunity out there for a limited time only.
Yeah. Wow, I've never seen a potato with big brown eyes like that.
I know, it's kind of a cute potato.
Yeah, pretty sexy, I think.
Yeah, microwave it for 5 minutes, cut it
open. The new Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, he's better looking.
Or is it an avocado? It's hard to say.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I think it's a potato. Green, was it?
Potato.
I don't know.
Tomato, avocado.
So,
I gotta say, this coffee is so good.
Are you drinking coffee? You're outside.
Holy shit.
What do you got in your coffee?
I got 40 Creek whiskey and coffee liqueur. Oh, yummy.
Rocket fuel. Yeah.
Yep. Good portions too. You got to do it. Got to do it right.
Yeah, you just got to have the coffee there just enough to warm it up.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah. Actually, I made fresh hot coffee and then I put all the liqueurs in a coffee mug and I warmed that up in the microwave and then I poured it in my coffee, so it's good and hot.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff.
Yeah. Got to get the pain to go away.
So
yeah, I've been cutting the tree all day today, from morning till sundown.
How's your back?
Yeah, but not good today. That's just way too much. But I got it. It's a bugger. I got the Skyjack, right? It goes. I think it's 65 or 70 feet up. Like it's crazy high when you're way up there. But sometimes it glitches, and all the controls stop working. So I can only use it when someone's around. Because then I get on the phone. Hey, can you come and save me? So you got to flip some switches down below, and then it works again, right? But the guy next door borrowed it last year. And he had to call the fire department to get him down.
Didn't know about
it was way up there. And when you're up, it's straight up. You can't slide down this pole. Like you're stuck, right?
Well, plus it's covered in grease.
Yeah. So the fire department had to come get him. So I'm making sure they don't have to come rescue me.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah. But holy shit! Like big tree. You should see the mess here, because where it was tight, like around wires and stuff, I had to just do smaller limbs to get it to fall in the right spot. But then when I got to the other side, I just knocked the big limbs off, and I had to get a chainsaw and go down both sides of the driveway and cut everything and move it all so we could use our driveway.
Yeah. You're not supposed to fall it on your driveway, Hike.
Where else am I going to fall it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Never saw it.
It's-
I was just being
Yeah.
a smart ass.
Nope. It's everywhere. Yep.
So I just wanted to throw a little shout out to a restaurant called Michael Kelly's up in Brooklyn. They're at 93 Winchester. So when you
Right
get
on the
into
corner.
Brooklyn, it's near the arena. Might have been like an old garage or gas station at one point, but they've been in business for 72 years.
Oh.
And
Wow,
the food is
nice.
absolutely amazing. When we were talking about turkey dinners earlier, I think I heard one of them say that they put on, almost a couple hundred out yesterday. So what they do is they pre-pack them.
Yeah.
You can get almost like a family version. So they're not totally cooked. So you put them in and and then finish cooking them. So it saves you all of the hassle. So we were sitting
Wow.
there yesterday.
So where exactly is that in Brooklyn? Is it near the Four
It's
Corners?
right up just past, it's just before the park, depending on which way you're going.
It's between Fixon and Brock.
Yeah.
On
Oh, okay. On
There's
Highway
a
7?
side street there.
yeah.
Right on a corner. I think I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
It's not a little corner thing when you go down the hill, you're past the park or the rec center or whatever that is. And then
Yeah.
But the cool thing about it is their food is absolutely amazing. So they do a full breakfast menu, but they're noted for their pizza.
Mhm.
And
Really?
my goodness, their pizza is so good. So I'm sure they don't really need more customers there. It's a small enough place that it's one of those things though, like a Teddy's and all of these places that are just
like a nice family restaurant. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. They got everything, but they also do pies, homemade pies.
Okay.
So pecan, coconut cream. They do butter tarts. So Kathy's saying it's operated for 50 years. And it was pretty amazing. So we went there yesterday for like a kind of breakfast lunch thing.
So what's it called again? So
it's called Michael Kelly's.
Michael Kelly's. Okay. You guys look that up if you're in the area. Need something good to eat.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm gonna be regular there for sure.
See, and that's a bugger because today it is so hard to find a good pizza. Right?
Oh,
bar none. This is so I think it was Friday or Friday night. I think it was. I ordered a pizza from the big hut thing, and it was terrible. It was terrible, and it's not the first time lately. I just find their quality has gone downhill.
Yes,
but some of the chains are like that, but there's some chains still putting out.
That's the general thing out there. Everybody is worried so much about the profit margins. They're cutting corners everywhere, and the food is slowly going downhill, which is sad. And that's why I got to give credit to guys like you just mentioned here, Michael Kelly's, Country Stop Burger. You have these small establishments that are still trying to put good food out, and they are putting good food out. Stop cutting corners and making garbage. This just happened to us the other day. We used to have a fabulous place we used to go to regularly in Cannington. It was called the Locker.
So they have this thing like in business called continuous improvement, and it's really at the end of the day when you're doing stuff like you're trying to shave a couple of basis points off your cost and increase your margins, but when you're talking about places like restaurants and stuff, I mean, you're also compromising. The chains will do it, but these boutique ones like Michael Kelly's, I mean, they're 72 years. They've been doing the same, or 1972. They've been doing the same thing for 50 years, right? So pretty awesome. I honestly have been living in the area for about 3 years plus, and we've driven by it so many times and never thought much of it, right? But once you've been there, that's it. You're locked in.
Yeah, it's kind of far for us to go. We tried a place. It's a new place in Sunderland, actually.
Yeah.
It's just off the main road. It's like a new little boutique. Like there's one guy that runs the whole place. You can eat in, eat out, and everyone's saying how good his pizza is. The only thing is he needs an hour and a half to make it because he's there by himself. He cuts everything by himself. He puts it together by himself.
There?
Yep.
You go
and it's just south.
Albert's.
Yeah. So we tried it. Was okay. Like it wasn't good, wasn't bad. But
I'm not going to review that place.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Michael Kelly's. I literally lived the next road over. Like you know where the golf course is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I live there. That's
okay. So you know the place.
Yeah. We used to go there fairly often.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So
I'll have to check it out.
I got this little mini pizza. Just had to try it. It was really good. But I had eggs Benedict and all of that. So
right.
But really really awesome. So I want to get there some night and do the, like a whatever they called it. It's kind of like a kitchen house pizza, kitchen whatever it is. But
yeah.
But really cool. So I mean, in the spirit of eating and Thanksgiving, those were options. They do turkey dinner, the full thing with, and you can get the family version, which is just like cooking at home. One of the customers there, she came in and she said, "This is the first time I've done this." So she grabbed her I guess family turkey dinner, and she, I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of my day now, right? So
perfect.
And they said, no, just kick back and have some wine. Enjoy your day. Yep. So, but there's also people that, have small families or really, they're maybe remote or they don't have family gatherings or anything. And that's perfect when you can go down to some place like that and feel like you're at home, right?
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, we're going to give them a try too. We'll see what happens. Sounds good.
On that note,
okay.
All right.
Like, come on, let's do a toast. Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving. What's that? Is that it?
That's
Michael Kelly's.
There you go.
Trying to get hitting the wrong button.
Very cool.
Get your fat fingers off that screen. That's
no, but
so what else is new with you guys?
There we go. Michael Kelly.
Well,
much better.
On a sort of a bad note, holidays always bring like traffic accidents and stuff like that. So his parents got into an accident.
Unfortunately.
Yep. And his mom passed away Friday. So
oh shit.
But you got to watch it out there, and but every day is like a challenge driving out our way.
Yeah, that's all changed.
It has. It has. The
people are on edge.
Well, that maybe, and I, we were just talking about this, how subdivisions and condos are popping up everywhere, right?
Yep.
But they don't really factor in the impact on the transit system, right?
No.
So we're putting more people out on the road, and I just found that this weekend was insane. I'm up on 7, and it was hard to get out of the off a side street. So
same thing here. Even Thursday night, all around here. Thursday night up here, you could just see the string of lights. Oh my God, it was insane. The people heading north, but it's also the weekend where everybody closes down their cottages and all that stuff. Thanksgiving, yada yada. So everybody's out, right? And people have no patience.
Yeah. Speaking of,
they're yelling at each other. The guys yelling at each other at the gas station. It's like,
Oh yeah.
buddy, you can't just wait for them to fill up and pay. No.
Yeah.
The guy went to pay inside instead of at the pump, and the guy behind him's losing his shit because he's got to wait another 30 seconds. It's like, come on, man.
People don't like using credit cards, right? So they'll go and prepay.
Yeah.
I got a buddy who refuses to use them because you can be traced and tracked, and he's got no interest.
Yeah.
So.
But it's like that with everything.
He has his cell phone.
Yeah. So
logged into his computer, talking online. Hey guys, they're following us if you use your credit card.
Pretty much.
They'll follow you if you have a cell phone in your pocket. Damn it! Like, come on.
Yeah. So about 2 weeks ago, I accidentally, and I don't know how I did this, but I pocket dialed 911.
Oh, wow!
That's cool. I guess stays on if you hold your button, the side button.
Yep.
Your phone will automatically go to
an
SOS
mode. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
really?
Oh shit! I'm calling. Yeah.
Like the power button on the side.
Yep.
Yeah. Just hold it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So maybe that's how I did it, but I get a call from 911. Of course, I hang up, right? Then they called me back a few seconds later, and I had to go through this little Q&A thing, But I said, no, I somehow pocket dialed you, and I'm not sure how, but hey, at least that's not a bad thing when you think about it. I mean, I invoked it somehow. I'm just not crazy about my iPhone right now. It just seems to be taking a life of its own. It's almost like it's hacked, and it's going in, and it's downloading.
It's funny. I am not an iPhone person, but I've heard from people I know that have them. They're not happy with them right now. They said the phones have been upgraded and they're doing a lot of weird shit, and they
are doing weird stuff.
That's what I thought. Actually,
anywhere you go, you talk, and it comes up on your computer or your phone or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That's.
I don't know if you guys know this feature.
Get rid of these things.
Yeah, it's super common. There's a feature on your phone that tracks wherever you go, even if you have
tower to tower.
The tracking shit turned all off, like blah blah blah, telling you where it is. It still does, and it's funny because my wife went away 2 years ago on a bike trip that I couldn't go to, and we were talking about it when she got home, and we looked at her phone, and it has like a calendar, and you hit the day, and that day it tells you when you started moving, where you stopped for breakfast, where you stopped for gas, where you stopped for lunch, which hotel you fucking stayed in, which movie theater you went to. It's all there. It just doesn't pinpoint the position. It tells you what's at that position.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you have a full log of where you go. It's wild.
Yep. Well, I mean, if you take a picture and then you look at the picture and you scroll up a little bit, it tells you all of the info and tells you where you took it, when you took it.
Yep.
So my mother headed down for Thanksgiving, and my uncle was driving. Of course, they're not very literate when it comes to technology. So I said, hey, meet us up at Highway 7 and 12. There's a country style and this and that. And so they were kind of lost, I guess. And all I did with my phone was I said, whatever, show me my coordinates. And then I messaged that over to my mother's phone. The only problem is she never picks up messages. But it's a great feature if you're looking to let somebody know where you are. In case, for emergencies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you could set that up too with your friends. You can there's a little app. I'm not sure what it's called right now, but you just click on it and it shows you where somebody is. And if they're driving, it moves along the map. So in case you're wondering, oh shit, let's find it. Ringo's supposed to be here an hour ago. Where is he? You can click on this thing and say, oh shit, he must be late because he's still coming down the highway. He's heading to my house, right?
Yeah. So, well, speaking of which, Uber, I'm a big Uber fan because It's sometimes a little pricey because you got to tip everybody and their dog, but the convenience of it, and if you do Uber Eats, which is better, like kind of the same, I guess, you can track your order, and then you'll see the little car moving on the screen, right?
Yep.
So you know exactly where to meet them, and I love that technology. When I was in Vancouver, an Uber guy picked me up, and he had a Tesla 3. And I said, "Oh, does it drive itself?" Because I heard the 3s are, that's kind of the basic package. And he said, "Oh, yeah. Do you want to try it?" Yeah. So we were going down the highway or freeway or whatever it is. No hands,
Yeah.
It just took over completely. So I said, like, if you were driving in manual mode, will it sense an accident and stop you? And he said, "Yeah, absolutely. Safest car on the road for that." But apparently it has issues with lane changing. So I said, "So how does that work when you get to the end of a lane?" He said, "Well, if it'll usually follow the car in front of you and make that
Really?
And I'm like,
that's bad.
Oh yeah. Like try driving a Tesla on autopilot in Montreal, right? Toronto's so simple to get through because it's all grid. It's north, south, east, west. You can never get lost, right? Even
that's a lie. I get lost every time I go to Toronto.
Oh, really?
Okay, but Derek, what you have to do is just realize, like, you guys kind of, where you live, there's in the country area, everything's concession. North, south, east, west. It's exactly the same in Toronto with a bunch of crazy shit going on everywhere. Right?
Yeah.
But no, that's I remember when I moved to Toronto, I lived in the beaches and I was quite freaked out by, wow, there's just too many moving parts down there. And then I realized that, you know what, everything's north, south, east, west.
Yep.
Pretty simple. You just got to kind of tune out the rest of the stuff.
There's just too much of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Speaking of too much, so Heiko dropped over to my house on Wednesday. With Joe from the Bannock Shack and Mel's husband.
Yeah.
And he tried virtual reality.
Me.
Yeah, you.
Remember how we kept talking about that?
Put him on the Oculus.
And what's your...
So I had the Oculus on, and I absolutely rest my case. You're playing a video game. And you could tell you're playing a video game.
What did you have?
It's just really cool because it's 3D. I was in an auditorium, like a big room, and there's just people coming at me from all different directions, and I had to protect myself, right? So I had like a sword, I think, right?
But see, what he doesn't understand, which I tried telling him, is like, imagine you can have those people being me and you, right? But he's like, yeah.
So on the one dude there that was coming at me, it could have your face on it. That's what you're saying, because you're the other character. Yeah,
it's me being the character. I'm coming up and hey, Hike, and it's me, but it's a virtual me because we're have headsets on.
Yeah, it's just like when I used to play. I played all my racing games and stuff online. But my buddy is in the car right beside me. I know it's him. He knows it's me. We can talk to each other. It's not like.
But that's not it. You can see me. Like I'm moving. I walk up to you and I'm like, "Hi, Hike. This is a virtual me. I'm smacking you."
Yes. I get it. I totally get it. But it's virtual. I know how you guys said, "Oh, it's real," and people can.
No,
we never said it's real. It's
like it's real, and like if people hit each other or touch each other and do all that kind of shit.
You almost walked into a wall.
Yeah. I know, because I couldn't see it because no, wrong. No. I have a thing on my face that shows me something completely different.
Right.
There's no wall in the game that I almost walked into.
That's right. You have something on your head that made you walk, right? When you don't walk and you just use your hands.
Yeah.
So just think about that. That actually made you walk when you were supposed to stand still because it tricks your head.
Because the same thing too is I don't understand. It was the first time I've ever had one on.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You go like this with your hands to bring things close to you instead of walking towards them.
Right.
Because I just hear Derek's voice yelling, "Don't walk! You're going to hit the wall."
He literally
Like
stopped. Like
3
he
inches.
was like an inch away. It's like, whoa.
Yeah. So when you look at things like surgeons that'll use VR to do very intricate surgery, there's that.
Yep.
And what's happening now is I actually, one of my day job clients, there's a concept called digital twinning. So they'll take an object or an asset, build a wireframe model of it in VR, and they'll actually send VR techs in to work on it, to simulate it before it actually goes. They go to the real device, right? So it's not slowing down. The other thing too is last week, Elon Musk launched, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, launched an AI robot that he's mass producing, and it's going to go to the market for under $20,000. And this thing is amazing, absolutely amazing. So, and
does it look like a robot, or has it got like human features? Like
nope, looks
what's
like
it
a
for?
robot. In fact, if you watch that, I think it was with Will Smith, iRobot, kind of looks like that.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a human type 2-legged robot.
Yep. Like a humanoid robot. But the applications, okay, if you look at it used well, would be, could they help disabled people, right? So when you need like an assist,
all this shit's gonna go to military.
What's that?
All this shit's gonna go to military.
Well, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
they've probably already got it. Actually, you've probably already got it.
They got the
honestly,
dogs. They got everything.
my I've got it on my list now. I want a Tesla 3 or above, and I'm just gonna see if they can throw in one of those robots.
Who just somebody just announced that they're going all driverless trucks.
Yeah, I heard it too.
Well, they do have them.
No, I know they have them, but now they're
what?
Yeah, we're behind it. It's somebody. I'm gonna find out.
But you know what? You're right, and what it's going to do is it's going to change our ability to be employed in certain jobs. Like, so, you know, when you look at General Motors, okay, way before we got into this car technology, I had a reason to be down at the GM plant a lot, and they have robots everywhere, right? And these robots are these little carts, and you know, they would stop in front of you. So they had the guidelines, but this technology is almost 30 years old. And this place was full of robotic welders and all of that stuff. And it was pretty, back then I was standing in a operator room, and I looked down on the floor, and there were all these robots doing tack arc welding. And it was very, very scary looking, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But now the technology where we are, it's inevitable. I'm thinking Elon jumped. There's been a lot of AI robots being released and apps and stuff like that, but he's actually going into production, and not just not like, we're talking millions of them, right? So and he's the price point, trying to make it accessible. So, but you know, Hike, it brings you to your conspiracy theory about us having, you know, almost like a welfare allowance because we don't have jobs anymore. Right? And
absolutely.
So it brings those conspiracies to life.
Well, that's what we're going to do. You're going to just be dependent on the government, so you're just going to sit and be a cell.
Well, and you could take that whole scenario and make it really, really simple, right? And go to the grocery store. And I just did this the other day again. There was a young lady over that worked at the store, said, "Come on over to the self-checkouts." And I go, "No, don't you understand? That is going to put you out of work." Right? And I will go to a cashier. So the robots are going to kind of do the same thing. They're going to take over all the activities and everything that we do. and do them for whoever, because they're much more efficient than we are. They don't get sick. They don't need holiday pay. All that fucking nonsense.
They don't need any pay, right?
But think about it. Like, people, if they start replacing everybody with machines, what use do you have? The machines are going to be building machines. They'll be fixing machines.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the human race anymore. We are going to be irrelevant. Yeah. And that's when you have these sci-fi movies, like the one you just mentioned with Will Smith. You have all these robots everywhere, and they're great. They help you around the house. And one day, they're in every freaking home. The switch gets flipped, and now the human race isn't needed anymore. You know what I mean?
I still remember when they came out with bottled water. Me and my buddies as kids were like, who the hell would drink water out of a plastic bottle? Now you don't drink it out of anything but.
Yeah.
We refuse to. Here, I don't drink bottled water. Neither does my wife.
Me either, but like, I'm just in general.
We take our water with us. If I go to work for 3 days, I take 3 days worth of water with us. If we go up north for a week, I bring my water with us.
Mm-hmm.
So
because
does your water come from the Lake Ridge spring, or where do you get it from?
No, it comes right from my well.
Oh, okay. Got a clean well.
I have a dug well. It's only 20 feet deep, and that's where I get my clean water from.
Nice.
No gas, no gases, no iron, no nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. And I put it through. I don't know if you guys ever heard of these filters. They're called Berkey. It's a gravity filter.
Yeah.
Super fine charcoal filters.
Yep.
And the water through gravity goes through that, and it just takes all the little impurities out. And this filter is so fine, it will even take red dye out of your water. So I have water. Nothing in it. Just water. Perfect. And it's funny, people sometimes come ask for a glass of water, and they taste it, they go, holy shit, this does taste like nothing. I go, exactly. It's water. If you drink bottled water, you're thirsty all the time because there's too much fucking sodium in it.
It's not heavy.
Yeah. Well, look at that. There you go.
That's a Berkey.
Yep.
So I just got some off-grid stuff from a guy, like some solar panels and that, and he goes, would you be interested in a Berkey? So I'm debating on it. This one here was
seriously
$750.
Yeah, they're not cheap, but they're amazing. So that's a good size one. Like I said, ours is I think they're like $350, and it's about the size of a 5-gallon pail, one on top of another. So that one looked a lot bigger, but
it's a big.
I'm telling you, fantastic product.
Yeah.
So I want to go back to the comment Keisha made about her friend's Jeep that got stolen. Could you find that?
Yeah.
There you go. Keisha told me a couple weeks back that her friend's Jeep got stolen, and it has a GPS tracking device in it.
Yeah.
So on their phones here, they're looking and they can see where their Jeep is. It's in Montreal. And they were saying, someone's using it. It's driving around. They're getting gas, blah, blah, blah. And it sounds like now it's in a shipping container. Yep. And they called the police and said, our Jeep has been stolen. We know where it is. The police didn't care. So we're not going to do anything about it. They don't give a shit.
That's the police in Montreal, which are fucking useless to begin with. Sorry.
Yeah. And what I told her to tell her friend is to call the local police where the Jeep is in Montreal and say, I'm coming down from wherever you're coming from, and I'm going to pick up my stolen Jeep, and I just want a policeman to be there with me. And that they will do. And those stupid people, her friends, obviously didn't do that because now it's in a container. If that ship leaves, you're never, ever going to see that thing again. It's going to Dubai. That's where all the shit goes, all the Jeeps. Yep. They use them out in the desert. Yeah. But that's what you do with the tracking devices. You ask for a police escort to go to pick up your vehicle.
Yep.
And if it's just sitting in someone's driveway, you jump in it and you go. You fucking steal it right back, right?
Yeah, for
and
sure. You're
the thing is, you can't call the police, say, my Jeep's been stolen, can you go get it for me? They're not going to do anything about it.
No.
But they will escort you because you don't know what you're going to run into. You might run into someone who's stolen a vehicle. They might have weapons. They might be, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's what they should have done. So, yep. You have all the technology there, and you don't use it. Like, come on. What's wrong with people?
Yeah.
They don't want to hurt
I've
anybody's
often thought
feelings.
about putting, you can get those, it's almost like a little geotab or something you can put on your vehicles, right?
You put them on your suitcases.
Yeah, it's kind of a fine line. I mean, if you own the car, you can do whatever you want with it, right? But some people don't like to be tracked, and it's not because they're doing anything nefarious. It's just they don't want to be. That's why, like we'll try and a lot of us will try and like shut down the tracking apps on your cell phone, which never actually fully. But
they never fully shut down. They shut down so they look like they're inactive, but they're still recording data. So yeah. But if somebody took your Jeep, you knew where it was, wouldn't you go get it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe they can hire Richard to go take care of it for them.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'd call Richard. Yeah, I'd call Richard and say, I'm coming down to see you, bud. Let's go get my Jeep.
Yeah.
And then I'd take him out on the town after that and we'll have a couple of beers.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, well.
There you go, Richard.
Sorry, Keisha, your friends aren't bright enough. So they're just going to have to go buy another vehicle. Yeah, they had their chance.
So
see, cops will not do all that work because they got too much other shit to do. But if you ask them for assistance to go and get a stolen vehicle, they will support you.
You know what, though? The ones in Montreal, okay, I'm not going to stereotype the whole police force, but maybe I will. I got pulled over one time, and the cop's excuse he had a reason because they got these stupid signs that, you can't turn at certain hours and blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
But, so I said, come on, like, I just hired, 10 people on from Montreal, giving them employment. And it's like, you guys, and he told me, he said, we got a quota. I'm sorry. So I never,
thanks, dickhead.
I've heard about it, but So George, wanted to ask you, because it's gnawing at my brain here. What's behind you there? There's an album or something, and it looks like it's upside down.
No, that's Slang. Def Leppard Slang from 96.
Oh, Slang. Okay.
Yeah, it's a poster. Yeah.
I thought it said Souls or something. And
it looks kind of weird. It's kind of weird.
Kind of creepy if you.
Yeah.
Well, it's like that.
We thought you got into some witchy stuff because we know George is a witch. We just thought that's.
No, that's behind there. The witchcraft and black magic and occult shelf. It's just behind that. Yeah. These signs here, I cover them up, on Monday nights.
Gotcha.
So, Richard,
I'm signing a pentacle right now. I'm protected, so I'm okay.
Yeah. Well, yes and no. Like you still got that entity that comes in once in a while, right?
It's not been he or she. I think it's a she. So I don't know why that is, but no, nothing's happened recently. That I've noticed anyway. So
I had a situation actually just before I went to Vancouver, which I had to pull out all the stops and make a claim that this is this is my property, so you need to leave.
Yeah,
and not that this place is haunted. It's just sometimes you get transient things happening, right? Mm-hmm. But it was freaky, very freaky, and I had a witness there to. Corroborate.
But
like if you ever feel uneasy in your house, or you think there's things going on.
It's not a malicious feeling that I get.
No, and most of them aren't, but this one here was definitely different. But so if you get that uneasy feeling, you can light yourself a white candle, or even those salt lamps are pretty good for that.
What does the color of the candle have to do with
your space? What's that?
What does the color of the candle have to do? Like,
actually, that's so the white candle is purity, right? So it the different colors actually do mean something, Derek. If you look at everything from Wicca to let's say, you know, voodoo type ceremonies and practices, they actually mean different things, right? Red is actually more of a, can be, actually there are a couple of applications, but could be passion, could be, but the white candle. I mean, if we had Deanna on, she'd probably tell you the same thing. So any sort of a white light, but I find the other safe, like salt lamps, because they've got, you know, salt. They're pretty effective. But your biggest I suppose defense is to really command your presence, and that you
I was just going to say that, like, if something's bothering you, let's say, you know, while you're sleeping and stuff, you just yell at them and say, "Can you leave me alone? I'm trying to sleep." And
yeah, exactly.
It'll go away. It will go away.
Then your significant other will roll over and stop licking your ear, right?
Yeah.
Or your dogs.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's a
whole. It's funny actually, because
we're
like
getting to Halloween soon. So
yeah, that's right. To get a guest on for Halloween. Who are we going to get for Halloween? We need a guest. What do you think? Yeah. Can we get somebody?
Yeah, we can probably find somebody for that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know where to get anybody Halloween-y for Halloween.
Well, we can get Wolfie on for Halloween, I think, right?
No.
Boy,
he works.
He's working, right?
Works nice. Of course he does.
You guys will be in full production.
Woohoo!
I think, we'll figure something out. There's a lot of different topics that we can, even our own personal experiences, right? But
that could be fun.
Yeah.
Actually, what we could do, we should set it up if we agree on it. We'll talk about it after the show, but do something where we can bring in guests and put them in a screen and let them talk about a personal experience.
Yeah.
You do that kind of stuff. Just have a bunch of people come on. And we'll just
I mean, one of the things that because I've mentioned it before, I was involved with the ghost hunting group and all of this stuff, and it was quite fascinating. I just couldn't handle the long hours. But I did get some really cool pictures and stuff like that. And so Deanna actually suggested I was probably a medium, just not, just didn't open up to it. But, I would get very detailed apparitions on my camera, my still camera, and that. My job was the techie guy. So I had night vision and all that. But what I did learn was when we would start the quote ghost hunt or investigation, we would start by really like an opening, almost like a little bit of a ritual, I suppose, we go through, and then we would close it off before we left. And what I was always concerned about is like when you leave one of those, like, are you bringing anything with you, right?
Right.
And it's highly possible something can follow you home. So I was always concerned about, I had boundaries, and I used to leave my gear in a certain spot and just like never bring it into the house, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, even if you watch the Ghost Adventures, Zach had brought a lot of shit home too, right?
Oh yeah.
Right, and they would just be in a place, and they'd leave, and sometimes shit would follow them home, right?
If you believe in crystals and the power of crystals, used for a long time, they draw in energy, and some of that's not positive. It can be negative. So you actually have to go through a process to cleanse your crystals, right?
Also charge them. And
and recharge them. Actually, to recharge a crystal really well would be to find some soil in your backyard or whatever and bury it for a period of time, right? The other way you can cleanse it is just have it over by an open window. Put it in, like, if you have a copper bowl or you have a like a real stainless steel one, you know, silver, not stainless steel. But those are ways that you can cleanse it. But you can also get cleansing crystals that are bigger, and their job is really to absorb the negative energy and sort of reset your crystal. And then, of course, you can take those because they get bunged up with energy. You can bury that and cleanse it. So, but
I was always told to put them in your windows for during a full moon.
Yeah, that's a great idea. So full moon and sunlight actually do well to cleanse them, right? So I actually had a cleansing crystal near a couple of crystals that I had, and but it's really difficult. There's a movie on Netflix. It's called I think it's called Mr. Harrison's Phone. Anyway,
really,
it's
okay.
But to give you the gist of it, this kid ends up befriending a very rich old guy and introduces him to an iPhone, and where he said, look, I'm not interested in this technology, blah blah blah. He became very interested in it because he dealt with stocks, and so the kid got him into it. So he was on the iPhone all the time. And then he dies, and so the kid had taken the iPhone and put it in his coffin, and all of a sudden he started getting phone calls and messages, very cryptic, but from the iPhone that was, in the
coffin.
Yeah. So people had thought that somebody took the phone and hacked it, but he went over to the grave and called the phone, and he could actually hear it from the ground. So anyway, I won't get into all of
Must have had a good battery in it.
Great battery, I guess. Probably a new iPhone.
It's a dead ringer.
A dead ringer, exactly. But anyway, so he sort of through that connection ends up making some things happen, right? And when you sort of sit back and you think about the concept, anything can act as a gate or a Ouija board, let's say. I inadvertently made one time and had a friend who was very well trained in the everything from psychic ability to Wicca to all kinds of things. And the minute she walked into my house, she said, "You got a Ouija board here, don't you?" And all it was really a book. I was experimenting with crystals, a crystal pendulum, and I had a sheet full of numbers and I had a sheet full of letters, but that combined became power of a Ouija board. But when I put that thing away, because it sat in my laundry room for several years, but I had a little velvet pouch, and I actually put the crystal in it, put it on top of the book, and apparently that actually sealed or protected from a gate being inadvertently open. But so it's kind of neat, but I think everything has energy, and how that energy gets directed or misdirected really depends on whoever's in the pilot seat, right?
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, love it. Yeah, no, it's cool because I've met a lot of people throughout my life that have had, call it, unexplained experiences. Things have happened to them, and they're kind of like, well, that's not normal, right? And no reason for it. So I just find it entertaining to sit down and sometimes listen to people talk about their experiences. Yeah. And I think that would really make a cool show for our Halloween show. Is we have to get participation, obviously. We'd have to get people saying, I'm interested, and have them come into the green room. We pop them in the show and they tell us their experience.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Or we can start doing a little segment. So George has his backside. We could do Ringo's reading.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
But
I'm in.
I have, I've never done that in that way. But certainly events that maybe have happened within a place, or ghosts and stuff like that. That's a little bit different. Because you can sense that stuff and be a bit of a medium and not realize it, right?
Right.
So,
Richard, this band that you're talking about, is that with a little skinny brunette female singer? I think it is. Well, we played with them this summer.
Oh.
See if he gets back on.
Yeah.
Polarity. Let's go into the YouTubes and see if they have anything up here.
Yeah, see, so sometimes, like what we're talking about, you see stuff on YouTube or Facebook or something. But again, you don't know if that's even a true video, or someone sat down in their dungeon and thinked around and changed stuff, so you never know, right? That's why I like people's experiences. I think that's a lot more fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I got a buddy, he can't go into hospitals because he's very sensitive to, I don't know what he feels or hears, but he gets in a hospital and he starts to experience like voices and all kinds of shit, right? And it's too much. He has to leave. But that's a place where a lot of people die, right?
Yep.
So
absolutely.
He could be some kind of medium. He's just not picked up on it. It's just there and it freaks him out, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I find that I'll hear kind of flaky psychics say, they go to a graveyard and it's like, well, graveyards are where the body, unless you died in a graveyard, your spirit is probably long gone, right?
So, and that's really cool you say that, Ringo, because a lot of people don't get that. Yeah. There's all the bodies in the graveyard and it's all, the souls.
It's energy,
the soul leaves the body when they die, which would have been in that car on the highway or in bed. That's where all that shit happens.
At the scene of the accident, and when you see like crosses up on the side of the highway, that's not a grave marker. It's where the accident happened, so you're more likely to sense things.
Yeah.
But like hospitals are interesting because
I think a lot of people do pass away there.
They do, but like apparitions and spirits and stuff like that, if they have it's usually, sometimes they, and you've heard this on a bunch of shows, they either don't have the they don't realize that they passed on. And then the other part of it is that, maybe they have, and they had, some very unfinished business that they needed to.
Some lingering issues, right?
Right. And I heard something recently that I was concerned about because I was born into a Catholic family and all of that. Not that I'm all about, if no matter what religion, as long as it gives you a sense of values and community, great, and if you're not practicing any of it, then to me that's fine too. I mean, you believe what you believe, and so definitely don't judge any of it. But I noticed I heard something recently about the fact that the concept of purgatory, which by, let's say, the laws of or rules of Christian and Catholic churches, I don't necessarily agree with it, but I do believe that there's some sort of a process, like almost like a processing, and it doesn't mean whether you're going to heaven or hell or any of that stuff. But I think when you, a lot of the experiences I've had, after a year of someone passing, that's when you'll start to see things. You'll either, or not see things, but maybe experience things, and it can be immediately after somebody has passed, but then that'll stop and you won't hear anything or experience anything for a year or more. So is that purgatory? Who knows, right? But the concept of like people being held in that state, I really don't think it's that. I think it's kind of, if you believe that there's some kind of an afterlife, and this is got some knowledgeable friends who just they sort of live for this stuff. Some of them claim that this is one of 3 lives that we're going to live, right? So this is this could be our second life, or for me, it's probably my second, right? I feel that there was something, and I've never gone through past regression or anything.
Why only 3?
Well, that's a great question. Because apparently,
if you don't get it by then, you're fucked.
No,
you're out.
No, so
3 chances.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Obviously, we'd never have proof of it, but you can sense that you had a past life. Most people can, and they do that through the simple fact that they're drawn to something. Like for me, it's anything military, medieval, battle, and I'm not crazed on any of that, but it's like, okay, so how did I get, let's say, these special, let's say I am a medium. How did I develop that, right? A lot of that can be passed down. There can be reasons. There can be, you've opened up a part of your mind that everybody has, but not everybody gets to experience it, right?
Yep.
So Derek, like what I've heard is that you go through your first life, and then your second, you learn along the way, right? It's like this sort of 3 life step process, and then by the end of your third, whatever your, I don't want to pin this on religion at all, but whatever your job is after that, or your impact has been, what you've been put on the earth for, right? So, and that to me, that's above my pay grade. I don't really, I've heard it more than once. I get that, a past life does exist. And who knows, maybe it can be dimensional, right? We go through life on 3's a charm, and then it's we land wherever we're going to land for eternity. Who knows, right?
Yep.
Well, they say the only people who have the true answers to life are kids, and by the time they're able to explain it to you, it's gone.
I wouldn't doubt that. I mean, that's
me either. I would kind
youth of is especially like, and you wonder why, let's say a baby is born or a baby isn't born, right? I mean, what's the underlying? Yeah, there could have been some terrible deformities, or the womb didn't support life. There's a number of reasons for that, but then there's also and I found it really interesting when I do these ghost hunts, because we'd run into these things that were, I don't even know how to explain it. it was like they were entities that would just make sounds, right? Like not like almost these grumbling and growling sounds and stuff like that. So, and the first thing that comes across your mind is, is that like a demon or something evil but I don't put things in a bucket, but I do believe that there are probably a lot of, spiritual energy or energy, we'll say, that, those kids were never born. They never made it. Right. And I had somebody grieving over a miscarriage not so long ago. And I said, bring it to life. Give that unborn child a name and set up whether it be put a stone in your backyard or some kind of and then, as you go through life, it's memorial and talk, like they give it existence. Right. I mean, is that just comforting or something that I think there's something there, right? Like,
well, that depends on the individual, right? Some want something comforting, some want closure. Some Absolutely. Just want to know what's unexplained. They want some rhyme or reason for, what's going on.
Yep.
So it all depends on the person, and you just follow your path. Right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's cool because there is a lot of shit that is unexplained that we don't really understand or know. There's no facts. There's no proof. It's just hearsay.
I'm sure every one of us has willed something to happen.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
You think man, I want to see a car accident right now. Boom. Oh
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Derek, you're absolutely right to the point where I really believe that, and I'm probably more of the, just because I'm wearing this, my witch hoodie, I'm really fascinated with it, but I don't practice that. But there are some really fascinating things. So the absolute willing something to happen, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And this concept of let's say positive energy or The Secret, that book that was written about becoming rich and prospering. Well, that's a part like a power of suggestion, but your will and energy can be so strong that when you think of the bad shit that's going on, that if you want to, if you're remotely interested in the concept of the universe, well, it takes that as something you want. And when you don't want it at all, right?
Yeah, so, it's the universal law of attraction.
And it's so unexplained. Things happen, and you go, I thought of that, I wanted that, and it happened, but there's still no explanation for it. Yeah. And a great example was we here always have a fantastic vegetable garden. I mean, tons of plants, tons of fruit, do well. Everything's always awesome, right? We're just green fingers. We love our gardens, and it always turns out great. And we know somebody that we actually get plants for as well, so they can have their own garden because they're kind of sort of into that as well. But then there was some plants that we grew them ourselves, and there was only a couple that actually turned out. So those were our plants. We're not going to give those away. And, we're going to work on it maybe in a couple years. And we came home one day and we noticed that a plant was missing. Someone had taken a plant out of our garden, like not cut off by a rabbit or anything. It was dug out and missing. And it's like, what the F, right? And then you just go, you piece of shit stole one of my plants. Well, I hope, your garden turns out shitty, blah, blah, blah. You do that kind of stuff in your head. Well, this person that took the plant, their garden had no fruit that year. None of the peppers, nothing. it was all just green plants with nothing on it.
Yeah.
It was like, holy shit, did we do that? You don't know, right?
Mm.
But is it a coincidence? There's a lot of stuff out there that we can't say this happened because of this, right?
Right.
Or,
however,
that's what makes life fun, right?
But when you talk about plants, for instance, I think that they're discovering. I think we might have talked about this, where they have two plants side by side, and they start chopping the limbs off of one of the plants.
Absolutely.
The other plant
absolutely
has a response to that because they put probes on the plant. So that's suggesting that there's an intelligence there somehow in the plant, which all our vegan friends, but now they're living, so I don't know what you're going to eat now. But just kidding. But when you think about it, back to Derek's comment about energy, right? Think about it for a second. If plants and trees and everything have that sort of let's say a level of intelligence, then we can be all connected, right? The concept of ESP or being able to read somebody's mind, that's a proven let's say skill or ability. So why couldn't plants and trees and all of that? Now, if you look at Wiccan history, right? What do? They worship, they draw their power from various natural resources, as well as the wind, the sea. But so and then you look at medications that are like natural, and I'm not talking about buying it at a store, but like again in the Wiccan, a lot of their potions and everything that they pulled together was from very natural sources, right? So,
but see, it's a really simple thing, like, and you can discuss this endlessly. You go, is it something I'm doing to my plants? Because we love gardening so much. We love our plants. We love to watch them grow. We love to see the fruit start. We talk to our plants. We don't give them names and that kind of bullshit, but you know what I mean? And then you go out there one day and you got your pepper plant it's so loaded, it's quivering trying to stand up. It's got so much stuff on it. So you take a couple peppers off it and you say, thank you. You thank your plant for making all this beautiful fruit, right? The vegetables. And all of a sudden it's got more blooms on it. It's going to give you more. And
and pick it when you're happy.
It's like, what's going on here? You know what I mean? But I think if more people had that happy attitude and threw it around at everything, at people around them, at animals, at plants. It might not make a difference to everything around you, but it will make a difference to you. You will generally be a happier person.
You get
absolutely.
You get back what you put out, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I got to figure out how to do that with the beer store, though, because when you go in there, they don't just give you beer because you love it. You have to pay for it. Kind of.
No.
Something's got to work there. We got to figure that one out.
After the truck pulls out, and they're still busy, they still have the back door up. So you go. You don't be greedy. You just take one or two cases, but you have to cover your face because they do have cameras. And you just away you go.
Yeah.
You grab a keg if you can.
I still remember this is many moons ago. I was on the 401 heading into Toronto, and at Brock Road in Pickering, a brewer's retail truck lost control, jackknife, and slammed into the base of the bridge. And what it did, it ripped the whole side of the box, like of the trailer, open, and I didn't know what happened, right? I'm just driving my car. All of a sudden, everyone's hitting the brakes. And I'm sitting in my car going, oh, my God, here we go. But I'm looking around and I go, there's people running all over the fucking highway. They're getting out of the cars and they're running. And so I look and I go, holy shit, this guy just run by me with a couple cases of beer. Oh, there's another guy. So I got up. There was beer all over the highway. So
Pop and clean up.
It was a Molson's truck. I got a case of Golden and a case of X, which weren't my beers, but I got 2 cases of beer for nothing. Walked back, put it in my trunk, and off I went, right? So you just don't know.
No, you don't know.
When I was younger,
that could be bad karma. That could be.
This guy advertised he was having a party, and it was all you could drink beer. Right?
Oh,
it was
Jesus.
something like $10 a head. He stole a beer truck. So he stole a beer truck. He parked it in the forest, and then his idea to get rid of it was have a party.
Wow!
Guess who got busted?
Wow. Yeah, I've heard a couple of different stories with that same kind of stuff. What's this? Off the back of the truck. Yeah, thanks, Richard. Yeah, exactly.
Literally.
Actually, it come out the side of the truck, but same thing.
Yeah.
We've had
Mr. Heiko.
What?
Well, it is 11 o'clock.
Oh my God! It's 1 minute after, and you got to go to bed. What the hell's wrong with you?
I'm just telling you. I'm giving you time. What the hell's wrong with me? Been up in the cottage closing it.
Yeah, when we were back in Gary's studio, he would give us a heads up all the time, but we were paying for that. So
well, that was different, right? Yeah, because we're paying by time, right? So we could go. I think it was 7 minutes over. And then boom, you're paying for another 15 minutes, and then another 15 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So that was kind of
that was
stupid,
a bit of a pain, but it's what it is.
Yeah. Now we do our own thing.
We'll plan something for the Halloween show, and
I think we should. Either we get a guest on, or we throw people up on the screen and tell us their crazy stories, or we do both. We'll see. Let's work on something, because I think that'll make a fun night.
Yeah.
And Derek, you have to get ready, because I'm sure Halloween is going to be a 2-hour show. Okay, I'm giving you a heads up.
Overtime.
Okay, I'm sure I'll do it.
Overtime.
I know how to remove myself.
Yeah. Have a nap before the show.
Yeah.
He'll become an apparition at 11 o'clock.
He's going to go, watch me. I'm going to go invisible.
Well, let's see.
That's all
I'll be driving home Sunday for I guess it's about a 5-hour drive. I'm going to Petrolia, so I'll be tired.
Where's that?
It was disappearing Derek.
Petrolia is the other side of Sarnia, and it is the most polluted place in Canada.
Wow.
Why are you going there?
Play.
Oh.
Okay. That's a great answer. I'm going to play. I don't give a shit about the pollution. I'm going to play.
I'm playing for. Okay, this is probably the coolest haunted forest I've ever been at. You literally take old school buses and you get chased by rigs that blow fucking flames out of them and shit. It's awesome.
What?
Awesome. Oh yeah. The Reaper's.
And now you tell us when the show's over. Now you tell us all the cool shit. Come on.
Yeah.
So, are you going there this year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. All right, you got to take pictures or videos or whatever, and we got to see this shit. This sounds really cool.
Yeah. Well, you can look it up online. Reaper's Realm.
Reaper's
Realm. All right, let's look that up.
Let's have a real quick look at this band Polarity.
All right. Have you got them online there, bud?
Speaking of bands, Wednesday 13, the Rock Pile did an awesome show this weekend.
Who's playing?
Wednesday 13.
Okay.
Oh, neat.
That's this week coming, bud?
No, that was last weekend.
Oh,
okay,
shit.
I'm not sure how this is going to sound, but can you guys see the screen okay? Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Just play a little bit.
All right.
I love it.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Polarity.
So,
All right.
I guess, Richard, if you're still on, I don't know if you have contacts in the band, but we can we'll link up.
Yeah.
Or we can
So,
just reach out.
I might have contacts in that band too.
Oh, right.
Really?
You played with them, right?
Yeah, we would sit beside them like all day at the merch table.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Well, do that. Like I said, there's other potential people you can have on the show, and they can talk about their band. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Right on, boys.
Very neat. Okay, well, I'm
So-
stuck here.
Everybody had enough for today?
That's one way of putting it. That's one way of putting it.
Well, our
You-
guests
you-
have gotten awful freaking quiet. No more comments. It's like everyone's gone to bed.
Was that a rhetorical question? As they say.
There you go. Julian, the drummer, is a friend of Richard's.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. But
He plays in a couple bands.
they
Yeah.
almost sound a little proggish, but I don't know.
Yeah-ish.
Listen to the videos, I guess. Watch them. Anyway,
I'm gonna have a look. I'm gonna have a look at them like afterwards.
they're
Check it out.
well produced video. Anyway,
Yeah.
not quite
All right.
the haunt quality, but you know.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, boys, let's wrap her up.
All right, Derek. So where are you playing next?
Cannington.
When?
Not this weekend, the next weekend.
Not
Oh,
this week.
22nd. October
Next week.
22nd.
October 22nd. So that's that Halloween thing?
Yeah,
Is it?
the Cannington haunted attraction. It's their after party. Starts at 9 o'clock.
October 22nd. Cannington. All right. So all you local folks that are listening,
Local
be the place to
yokels.
be. Local yokels, yeah. They're all going to be in our rubber boots and winter jackets on.
Mhm.
Lumber jackets. There we go.
It's inside.
Bush jackets.
Yeah,
Your
bush
lumber
jacket.
jacket you need for your dinner.
Yeah.
Sunderland dinner jacket, right?
Yeah, it is. Sure is.
Or the good one, no rips in it. All the pockets are there too.
Did you guys ever have friends that would always try and light them with their Bic?
Oh,
Yeah, because you'd be flicking your Bic inside the pocket,
You
right?
flick the Bic, right? You kind of like, and you go up behind your buddy, and his jacket looks a little frizzy, right? So you light your lighter, and all of a sudden, woof! Oh
you're
my
building
God.
gas in the pocket, yeah.
Yeah. Well, guys, that was a good show tonight. We talked about a lot of different things. George, you had us stumped with your backside.
Yeah,
That
Well,
was
no,
pretty
you got
cool.
it. You got it again.
Derek got it.
Sometimes I get lucky, right?
Well, you got
just-
half a point. You got half a point. Derek got the other.
Yeah, I got the band, but I didn't know the name of the artist, and Derek helped me with that. So
Yeah.
we're going to share that one.
Yeah. You, have
You
to
can
share.
take it, Hike.
It's
Oh,
okay.
there you go. Yeah.
It's
Well, once
Thanksgiving. I
again-
give that one to you.
Oh, Thanksgiving. You're doing the giving. I'm doing the thanking. How's that?
Yeah, sounds good.
Perfect.
Well, it's a great show. Thanks, guys, again for being here. It's always great getting together Monday nights with you folks and our fans as well. I want to thank Richard, who was actually number one today. That's a first in a long time, buddy. Usually the ladies got you beat, but holy shit, you made it.
Yes.
So we had Deborah, Abby, Tammy, Kathy, Junior, Sandra, Melanie, Keisha. Thanks all, guys, for being on the Heikadelic Show. And we're going to let you know what happens. We're going to try and do something cool for Halloween. And stay tuned. Keep in touch. And we'll see you guys all right here next Monday night at 9:30 on the Heikadelic Show. Have a great week, everybody. Cheers.
See ya. Peace.
See ya. Yeah. Peace out.
Well, that's another wrap for the Heikadelic Show, folks, so time to get dirty. And don't forget, listen in next week on Monday night and every Monday after that for the Heikadelic Show at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like more information on the Heikadelic Show, please find us at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. We'll see you all next week on the Heikadelic Show. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for the Heikadelic Show, it's easy. Just send us an email at info@theheikedelicshow.com. Meanwhile, you can browse our website at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. Click on our sponsor tab and find out more information on sponsorships. Thanks for joining the Heikadelic Show family.
Hi there, my name's Mr. Wiggleton, and I'm actually the producer and janitor here at the Heikadelic Show. But anyhow, I think, it's good, but it really, it's pretty late show, so I don't even watch it myself, so I have no idea what it's about. But that Heiko guy, he's pretty smart. He is pretty smart. He doesn't pay me well, but he's pretty smart.